I'm about to break down my top e-commerce marketing strategy with these 7 killer tips. You don't need to create something entirely different and new. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. What you do need to do is create something different and better than anything out there in the market. And the best way to differentiate yourself is through functionality and through design. So in terms of functionality, it might be solving an existing pain point with a product. For example, an iPhone. If you drop your iPhone all the time, or you need to use both your hands to use an iPhone. If you wanted to, film a video or something where you're using both your hands like this, there's a product on the market called Goat Case that solved this problem, and you can basically stick the mobile phone case to any surface so that you can use your hands and film at the same time. So that's an example of a product that mobile phone cases obviously already existed, but there were pain points with mobile phones and they fixed that pain point. They created, a solution to an existing problem within the market. So when you're thinking about how you can improve your product through functionality, think what is a problem that happens within that particular market that you're looking to solve. A really great way to find this is through reading existing reviews. So going on to a website like Amazon and having a read through the reviews on that section about gym leggings, for example, they always fall down or they're see-through when I do squats or whatever else, and making sure that you solve those problems. Or they only go up to a size 16, I'm a size 18 or size 20 and I can't find anything in my size. So there's a lot of different ways, to differentiate yourself through functionality. And what we want to do in marketing is always to position or differentiate ourselves from the sea of other businesses or brands out there that a consumer could choose instead of you. You want to be the logical choice because you're solving their problem that they didn't even know that they had. So you need to start building trust with your potential customer. If somebody is going to take out their credit card and buy from your store, they need to trust that they're going to receive their product, that they're going to enjoy their product, that your product is better than all of the others out there, and that they should choose you. So the best way to go about social proof is through UGC and IGC. So UGC is user-generated content, IGC is influencer-generated content. They both serve a purpose. User-generated content is more in the form of reviews. So you can send, 3 to 5 units of your product out to friends and family that would be within your target market so that they are able to jump onto your website, review the product. We use an app called Loox or Loox, Loox for this. I think we're going to move to Akendo though. Sorry, Loox. Yeah, so basically your customers or your early users are able to jump on, upload a picture and a little review about the product, and you're able to get some great content. And then the other type of content that you want to be creating is influencer generated content. So that serves a different purpose. One, it's more social proof because they've got obviously a larger social following, but 2, that content is going to be a lot more aesthetic a lot of the time than your user-generated content. So it's going to be more on brand. It's going to connect with customers from maybe a more aspirational level, whereas user-generated content is more an accessible sort of level. So brands are always about exclusivity and inclusivity. So inclusivity being accessibility and exclusivity being aspirational. So this is a really fundamental part of how I've grown all of my businesses, by utilizing social proof to build trust with our audience before we launch. So we'll get back to the video in a sec, but obviously all of this content is free. So if you're enjoying this video, please let us know by hitting the like button or the subscribe button below, and stick around to the end of the video for an exclusive invite. Doesn't matter what's happening with Facebook ads, any new updates, doesn't matter what platform you're using, whether it's YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, platform native content that leverages, again, social trust is always going to be key. Content is 80% of the equation when it comes to your ads, and then structuring, targeting, budgeting, whatever else, all the new industry tactics are like 20%, maybe even 10. So content is just becoming increasingly important. Brands that have a strong product and content foundation are going to kill it any day of the week. If you don't have a strong product, you don't have strong content centered around that product to sell that product. I'm talking things like those UGC style videos where somebody is a customer of yours and is reviewing your product direct to camera and saying like why they chose the product, how it solves their problem, potentially giving like a call to action with like shop now to save $10, that sort of thing. So without that content, you're going to really struggle to make sales. You want to at least have Facebook and Instagram retargeting set up. Google Shopping would also be a nice to have, but retargeting is the lowest hanging fruit when it comes to paid acquisition. So you want to make sure you definitely have that in place before you launch. You want to be collecting email addresses yesterday. So basically building your email marketing list, that's a list that you own yourself. Like on Instagram, if you have 200,000 followers on Instagram, Instagram could, and often do, delete your Instagram account without warning. Well, they don't often do it, but it did happen to us once. So they could just delete that. That's not an owned media channel in the way that people think that it is. An email database, though, is your own media channel. If you start to build that up, you can build it through organic social, growing your following on social media. Once you've started to grow your social following, your next thought is how to turn those followers into email subscribers, because then it's more likely for you to be able to turn an email subscriber into a customer, which is ultimately what we want to do in marketing. Coming back to those influencers that you sent product out to for content. You want to start to get them to post to generate some hype and excitement around your brand for launch. Influencers are still one of the #1 strategies that we use. We generated over $1 million in attributed revenue with influencers last month alone. So they definitely still work in 2021. They'll definitely continue working for years. It's just basically a way you're able to introduce your brand to a mass audience while leveraging that influencer's trust with their followers already. So get the influencers that you sent that product out to posting. It's just about leveraging that relationship. For all of my stores, I use Shopify. It basically means that you don't need to be a developer, you don't need to know any code, you don't need to be a designer, you don't need to use like Photoshop or anything like that. I just use Canva. And you basically fill out a template and fill in the blanks to make your e-commerce store. You can shoot the photography using your iPhone. We did this for a brand we just launched really recently called Claytime. We just took the photos on a table outside where there was great natural light, blanked out the background. You can do that on Canva, it's really easy, and got the e-commerce store live in one day. So it's really, really easy to use Shopify to do this if you have no previous experience at all. My first ever Shopify site I made took me probably like 3 or 4 hours, and that exact store took us to $600,000 a month within 6 months. So yeah, it's a great platform either for beginners or seasoned entrepreneurs. I advise a brand now that's doing $150 million a year on Shopify. billion-dollar brands like JB Hi-Fi in Australia use Shopify. So sign up to Shopify, it'll take you a day or two to build your store, and then you get a 14-day free trial. So it's basically free, you'll already be making money by the time that your trial comes up. So that's it. Hopefully you got everything that you wanted out of this video. If you want to keep learning with me, I'd love to personally invite you to come and join me with my free e-commerce training with Founder, where you'll learn how to start and scale your own e-commerce store from scratch. This is my proven process that I've used to scale multiple multi-million-dollar e-commerce brands. I'll see you inside the training.
Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Founder fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this founder.